Okay, so I'm back with part two. I don't know where it cut off, but I was basically saying it's a question of save the lives so they continue to suffer, or give them a choice. Chances are, if the choice is given and become more of reality to them, eliminating the ifs, ands, or buts, most people who are put in a situation where they have to sign up to die, I think, would second guess it, aka military, because a lot of people go in there not knowing what they signed up for, and then, yeah, they realize, oh, I'm just signed up to die. Yep, you're a pawn, you're gonna die. And I really respect the military, but this is why I won't sign up for it. And my parents have told me, several times that I should because my dad did or whatever, but, this is why. And if I did, it'd be the Air Force because they're not on the front lines. Just saying. Some people have, but yeah, there would definitely be stipulations, is what I was saying to this person. And this girl was like, well, you do have a choice anyways. Okay, in the beginning of the video, you do not have a choice with talk of suicide or even thoughts of suicide, and you tell somebody, they lock you up for 3 days of evaluation, and if you do not lie or whatever to get out of there, you stay there until you do. And a lot of people just continuously come back to acute care because they still feel that way, and they just lied to get out of there because they were locked up like birds. So it's just one of those things. Anyway, if you're going to kill yourself, then you are going to kill yourself. That you're going to attempt to kill yourself. It's really hard to kill yourself because our bodies are not built to kill ourselves. It's all built for survival, so yeah. But having such a thing makes it easy or easier, and killing yourself should not be easy. Whatever. And if you have someone else take your life for you, you can't, and you can't do it yourself, is that really something you want? Exactly. Those are the exact questions that you would probably be asking yourself during the trials, during the observation, during your therapy. When you talk with your psychiatrist, you will be talking about that kind of stuff. Those would be the questions on the paper that the psychiatrist will be asking you. I'm not saying that we should just go ahead and let people. I mean, because I do realize there are mental illnesses, and I do believe that sometimes, if you are ill, you can't make decisions for yourself sometimes. So that's why this is just moving towards a direction of treatment, basically. And she says, and yes, several people suffer mental illness, but it doesn't mean that they should just kill yourself or kill themselves, I guess. Yes, many people do have mental illnesses, but I am speaking specifically of the very few who just are suffering through their life because they don't want to live, and they can't tell anybody, they can't do anything about it, and it's because of the way our society is ran. We run it. We think it's better to save lives than to stop the suffering, and or you believe it in hand, but in this case it's a little bit backwards because we are talking about mental illness, and it's sometimes I don't think it's a mental illness if you do want to, like, completely off yourself, or get off of this planet or something like that, especially if you can't come back from that. There's certain personalities, cynical personalities, that's just the way they think. So, I don't know, it's a very fine line between sanity and insanity. Anyway, she says, I can kind of see, I guess, why people would support this idea, but why help someone get along to take their own life? It just seems wrong. So wrong and too easy. Okay, well, it seems wrong because our society has, certain standards in which everyone has to live by, and our government society thinks it's better to have more people than to have, less people, because the more people we have, the more revenue we should be bringing in, the more workers there are, the more labor there is, the more people you can boss around, whatever. And that's basically what that is. Anyway, and save the life and let them continue to suffer, or give them a choice. There's always a choice, no matter what. Okay, no, there's not a choice. I'll just let you know. Like, straight up, I've seen some messy deaths, or attempted deaths, and they don't have a choice. Like, they can decide to keep fighting, or they can give up. No, even if you give up, you just get locked into a psych ward where everyone thinks you're just gonna try and kill yourself anyway, which, that's no life. I don't And if they decide to give up, they should at least do it themselves. I would never support that kind of thing. Of course, I feel sorry for people like feeling like this, but you hear about suicides all the time. Imagine how many more there would be. Well, that's the thing about suicide clinics. Because it's a medical thing, it would be confidential. You wouldn't hear about suicides, and yeah, so that fixes that problem. These people who really want to end their life don't want people to feel sorry for them. I just would like to throw that out there because I've heard it a million times. They don't really care. They don't want people to feel sorry for themselves, for them, and they try not to feel sorry for themselves either. But however, there are those who are depressed, attention-seeking people who act like, yeah, I do want you to care and feel sorry for me because, I need that. I need someone to care for me right now. But she says, imagine how many there would be. Okay, yeah. She just read it. And my response is, okay, you all are taking this too literally. Like most things, there would be a trial, an examination, and a period date in which they have set. They can change their minds at any moment during the trial, examination, up to the date. I see this more like therapy. There are so many people that I've worked with have attention-seeking depressive issues in which they feel no one cares, so they attempt suicide and it doesn't work. However, they do gain everyone feeling sorry for them, which I didn't put in writing here, but when they do that and then they get rewarded with people feeling sorry for them and that's what they wanted, they try it again, and they try it again, and then again and again and again until they get what they want, basically, in life. And that's not a way of life either. In which they feel no care. Now, that would be therapy for those who want to play with death. They can do it in a non-messy, humane way, just as we put animals down, euthanasia. Anyhow, as for those who are in long-term care, have lost all of their rights because they are a mental ward of the state, and they still want to end their life, I don't see the problem with helping them in a humane, non-violent, non-messy way. I'm just saying if you give people the choice, the chances are they won't use it because it's such a reality to them. Yeah. And you don't really have a choice. Yet again, you attempt or even talk about suicide, and you are sent straight to the state ward for evaluation. If you don't lie your ass off to get out, I already told you all that. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it, and that's why I support this in some cases. But there definitely should be stipulations, and there definitely should be trial and examination, therapy, and then your date of death. That's what I'm just saying. Whatever. And chances are, though, most people will be like, okay, this is really, really crazy. It's about to happen, and they'll cancel. Because, yeah, people don't come back from that. And I think that's why there are so many attempted suicides, because they know they can halfway do it and, whatever. That's only some of them. But there are some that really attempt it, and it's just really messy, and they end up alive, and they end up really pissed off at the world, and that's suffering. I'm just saying, we should probably stop the suffering. There's already enough. People are already birthing so many other babies to replace them. So, I mean, also I've heard that, sometimes when I get depressed, that's what I think too. I'm like, there's so many babies, blah, 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 blah. When I get angry at, why there's so many stupid people out there, I'm just like, okay, I'm really done with this. But I've never really, thought I want to die or anything like that. But I do know if I got to 40 or 45 and my husband's dead and my 2 beautiful children are dead or something. I don't have any kids. I'm just saying this is hypothetical. My husband, my 2 children, my parents are dead. I have no job. I have illness, some sort of I don't know, maybe I have a tumor in my head or something, and I'm gonna die soon anyway. There's just certain things I personally would not want to live up to my death of my tumor or anything like that, especially with my husband dead, my kids dead, my support, basically my whole support system dead. Yeah, I wouldn't want to suffer with that, and I wouldn't want to stay in a mental ward. That's suffering. You can't go and, go shopping when you want to, or whatever you want to do. You can't do it. So, I'm just saying there should be an option. I think it's messed up that, people want to abolish abortion, but won't, advocate, I don't know. Like, if we're supporting life, there should be a choice, an option for death. I'm just saying. And, like, a lot of people, older people have told me, that's what the military is for. You shut your mouth, little kid. You don't know what you're talking about. Like, I have totally been told that, so, whatever. The only part of the military sign up that I disagree with, specifically, is that they get work out of you before you die. Awesome. Great. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say about that. You guys can disagree, agree. I don't really care. This is just how I see it. I am interested to hear people's views. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying I'm not about some hate. So please don't hate me. I don't really do very well with that. Like, I just block people because I'm just not going to put up with it. Anyway, take it easy and peace out.